I'm Jane MMA. This is my prediction and breakdown of UFC 312. Jenkins du Plessis versus Strickland 2. This card is trash. I don't even like making prediction videos because they kind of ruin my algorithm a little bit. And especially when the card is trash like this, I really don't care. It's just so bad, dude. Like, it's a main event that we've already seen before. A co-main event that, yeah, it's new, but nobody really cares about WMMA. And the card in general is just a fight night. It's trash. Like, nobody's paying $80 for this, dude. And I'm not, like, bro, I really don't care. Let's just make this quick. On to the first fight. We got Hyun-Sung Park versus Nyamjargal Chernobyl. I'm not picking Chernobyl. He lost in his road to the UFC, I think, fight. I'm gonna take Hyun-Sung Park. That's all I gotta say. On to the next one. We got Quillan Salkilld versus Anshul Jubli. I'm gonna take Quillan, dude. Anshul Jubli being the only Indian, he's the only Indian dude in the UFC, bro. He's 1-1. This man lost to Mike Brennan, dude. Mike Brennan, I think it was like, I forgot if he was on short notice or not, dude. But he lost to Mike Brennan, dude, and he was supposed to beat him. I'm gonna take Quillan. Yeah, prospect out of New Zealand. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I really don't care. On to the next fight. We have Kevin Jousset versus Jonathan Micallef. I'm taking Jousset. He's had a couple fights. That fight against Brian Battle, he was kind of winning in the beginning before he got toasted by Battle. Jonathan Micallef, I don't know how to say his name. Contender Series dude. Beat Muhammad Aldo. Dude, Kevin Jousset, I think he could beat this guy, dude. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. On to the next fight. We have Cody Steele versus Rong Zhang. I'm gonna take Cody Steele. Rong Zhang has been in the UFC for so many years. I mean, no, he hasn't. I mean, he's had like stints in the UFCs where he's had stints in the UFC, but they haven't gone good. And lost his last fight out to Chris Plessis with a cut over the head. And Cody Steele's an actual prospect. Hopefully, he doesn't get toasted. I got Cody Steele. On to the next fight. This one's actually a little bit interesting. We have Aleksandre Pantoja versus Colby Thickness. Colby Thickness is coming in on short notice, but he's a really good prospect out of New Zealand. I was really contemplating on this one. I really wanted to pick him, but I just think him coming on short notice. Aleksandre Topuria has a lot of physicality. He's super strong, dude. He's on a full camp. Yes, he has faced some of the biggest trash cans of all time. His record is pretty padded for just 5 fights in the UFCs, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I'm gonna take him because, you know, full camp, Topuria's brother. There's something that has to go right here. I know most of the UFCs, like sibling guys, like the good ones, you know, their brothers usually suck, like, you know, like Herbert Burns and Gilbert Burns, and, you know, I'm not gonna really care and talk about this fight anymore longer, so I'm just gonna take Aleksandre Pantoja. On to the next fight. We have Cong Wang versus Bruna Brasil. Cong Wang fraud checked in her little main card in Macau. She got fraud checked by Gabriela Fernandez. Bruna Brasil in her last fight, she beat Molly McCann. She did pretty good against Molly McCann. I'm gonna take Bruna Brasil to win this fight. Cong Wang, I feel like got dropped, and I know she got dropped, and I know she got submitted, but I feel like Bruna Brasil is pretty skilled, and I'm way more skilled than Gabriela Fernandez. Maybe Cong Wang just kind of messed up there, but she slipped up. I'm gonna go with Bruna Brasil. I just feel like Bruna Brasil, she does good, and she's with the fighting nerds. On to the next one. Tom Nolan versus Viacheslav Borshchev. Viacheslav Borshchev fought James Linetop, demolished James Linetop, cooked him on the feet. Tom Nolan, last UFC fight against Aleksandre in the Plessis versus Adesanya card. So yeah, he's like fighting like a year later, I guess. Like, I wanted to take Tom Nolan because he's a taller opponent, but if you're Viacheslav is just really good. Viacheslav Borshchev, he's just really good. He's really good on the feet. He could mix it up on the ground. I think Tom Nolan in his last fight against Aleksandre, he didn't win like super dominantly, and this is kind of a big step up in competition, I feel like, for him. Well, obviously, prospect, whatever. I'm talking too much. I got Viacheslav. On to the next one. We have Jenkins versus Gabriel Santos. This one's actually a tricky fight. Some of these fights on these cards are pretty tricky, or like pretty tricky to pick. Gabriel Santos took Lerone Murphy in his UFC debut to a split decision, but then lost to David Onama, and then last year beat Insa. I want to go with Jenkins here. He is the hometown guy. In his last fight out, he did beat Herbert Burns, and Herbert Burns quit on him in like the middle of the octagon in the 3rd round. Yes, we all know Herbert Burns is super trash. Against Chepe Mariscal, this guy broke his arm. He's tough. He's gritty. I like him. I think he could beat Gabriel Santos. I feel like Gabriel Santos could beat this guy too. It's a really good fight. I'm just going to go with Jenkins here. Because if it probably goes to decision, on to the next fight. I can't believe this is what's gonna open the main card. Jake Matthews versus Francisco Prado. There's a bunch of fighters on the UFC roster that you guys could have gotten, and you decided to get these two men to start off the main card. Let's just start off with Francisco Prado. Super duper young, 22 years old, younger than me. Kid's doing pretty good. Rough start to the UFC though. Lost to Jamie Malarkey. He did beat Ottoman Azaitar, but Ottoman Azaitar is trash. And he lost to Daniel Zuckberg, but that was a pretty good fight. But he made it tough, but he got demolished by Zuckberg again. Like, not gonna lie to you, Zellhuber, my bad, Zellhuber. Zellhuber just mopped this guy a little bit. Had Prado bleeding everywhere. Matthews in his last fight, I think it was against Phil Rowe. Yeah, it was against Phil Rowe. I'm just gonna take Matthew. UFC vet, experienced. Maybe Prado comes in a little bit more improved. Doesn't try go out there and bang. Maybe he just is a little bit more technical. Maybe goes to the ground and wins. But I'm gonna take Jake Matthews. I don't even care if you guys heard that. On to the next fight, we have Jimmy Crute versus Rodolfo Bellato. I mean, is it really that complicated? Jimmy Crute hasn't fought in like 2 years. Jimmy Crute's brain is made out of like spaghetti, I think. The amount of times he's gotten knocked out and looked funny, dude. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, dude. He was 3-5. He had a draw with the Metafield as well, but then lost to him by guillotine choke. So that's why I'm saying it's 3-fight losing streak. Lost to Smith. Got knocked out pretty bad by Jamal Hill. I'm gonna go with Rodolfo Bellato because I feel like Rodolfo Bellato Yeah, he's coming in on short notice. Like, this is supposed to be Jimmy Crute to win just to keep him alive in the UFC. But I feel like Bellato, you know, he did pretty good against Topuria. Got the win, got the knockout. And he's on a nice little 4-fight win streak. I think he could turn it into 5 against Jimmy Crute. But on to the featured fight. I'm glad I'm making this video super quick. We have Thaleson Teixeira versus Justin Tafa. I can't believe this is a featured fight. You brought a heavyweight. You got a heavyweight guy who has what, like 4-3-5? Not even, okay. He's 4-4. Justin Tafa's 4-4. Lost to Carl Williams last time out. He's like what? Had that Austin Lane thing, like whatever, dude. It's Justin Tafa. It's one of the Tafa bros. You know, the UFC likes the Tafa bros in the prelims and stuff. But dude, this guy to be a featured, like come on, featured fight on the main event. Come on, bros. The UFC's putting on some disgraceful cards lately, and just. I don't even know how to accept this, dude. I don't accept this, but whatever. Thaleson Teixeira. Why am I not picking Thaleson Teixeira? I don't know. He's undefeated, but what? He's 6'7", at heavyweight, probably more athletic than Justin Tafa. Fought last year in September against Arthur Lopez. He's been knocking guys out like crazy. Why am I not going with this guy? Why am I going with Justin Tafa? I have no clue. Don't ask me. I'm just gonna go with the UFC vet Justin Tafa, folks. But let's get on to the co-main event. Take it too long. We have Zhang Weili versus Tatiana Suarez. We finally got to the co-main. I'm gonna sit and talk for a bit. I really want Tatiana Suarez to win, and I am gonna pick her. You're asking me, I don't know why. I just have, ever since this fight has been announced, I've had this feeling that Weili Zhang is just gonna take Tatiana like, you know, just like I don't know. I just feel like her time is up, bro. I just feel like the UFC WMMA's division, they need to switch it up. I feel like Tatiana Suarez, she's a new look. She has a beautiful underdog story. You know, she had the neck injury, the cancer. Comes back in 2023, beats Montana De La Rosa. Performance bonus of the night, beats Jessica Andrade by guillotine choke, performance bonus of the night. Didn't fight all of last year. A lot of her fights got canceled. She's just missed a lot of time, but I feel like she's really talented and she has really good grappling. And I think Zhang Weili, when she's up against a good grappler, and probably, you know, Tatiana Suarez, if she uses her reach and her length very well, she can probably submit Zhang Weili on the ground. I kind of wanted to talk about Zhang Weili a little bit as well. Let's talk about her, you know, not trashing her or anything. I just feel like, dude, she just fights like one time a year, you know, defends the belt. I know, like, you know, she's had like a crazy journey in the UFC from beating the belt, getting the belt from Jessica Andrade, defending it, beating Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and that was a crazy fight. I remember that was like one of the first UFC fights I saw. Adesanya versus Romero. She lost to Rose with that crazy head kick, lost to Rose again, but she made her way back to the belt in her second run. I just feel like Tatiana Suarez has something for her. But maybe she cooks Tatiana Suarez like always. She cooks her opponents. It's just she struggled in her last few fights, bro. But I don't know, bro. I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking this fight for so long. I got Tatiana Suarez, dude. On to the main event. Let's talk about the main event. This one. Du Plessis versus Sean Strickland. Dricus Du Plessis versus Sean Strickland. I'm gonna go with Dricus Du Plessis. He just improves as the fight goes along, and he finds your weaknesses and he like punctuates on them and gets it done, just like what he did with Israel Adesanya. Used the boxing, make it a little bit sloppy, got close, hit him, hurt him, got him to the ground, grit out a submission, got the neck. With Sean Strickland against Israel, like, Sean Strickland had a good fight against Paulo Costa, but that was so ticky-tacky and boring. Nobody cared about it. We all wanted him to fight somebody else. I forgot who. I think it was Nasser Imavov again. But whatever. The guy cried, made his case, and we're here. But whatever. In his fight against Israel, he did good with the pressuring Izzy, getting him down with the boxing. Obviously, Sean Strickland just doesn't finish people. But the first fight. Let's talk about these guys' first fights. It was super close, dude. I remember I was with my friends. I was on a cruise. We were watching this fight. It was so close. I'm here thinking, yo, I think Sean got it in the bag. I know he got cut pretty nasty, but he's up on strikes. I know Dricus is out here mixing it up, though. It was such a close fight. It could have gone either way. Funny enough, there was a guy watching it on the cruise, and I ended up having to watch it with him because my phone just didn't work. And it was just crazy that Dricus Du Plessis won. But Dricus's run, he's had a great run with that title, man. He beat Israel Adesanya. So that was a really good fight. That was my fight of the year for last year, dude. The way he beat Israel Adesanya was insane. The way Izzy, he was losing to Izzy in the beginning because Izzy was doing pretty good, mixing it up. He was tick-tacky. He was just using his length, tic-tac shots. He was doing good. But Drake is just, has just his plot armor of Gooner or like Goofer. I don't know. Drake is just has this weird plot armor that he does something goofy and it's gonna work for him. And he literally just goes out there and mops everyone, dude, with his little goofy ass plot armor. Like his little, I don't know, he does like this little weird like movement when he's like about to strike or something. I've seen it a bunch of times. But it's gonna be a really close fight. Sean Strickland, he's gonna come out with the jab and the teep kicks like always. He doesn't change, and I feel like he has to mix it up in this fight. If he can take down Dricus in like the third or fourth round and win some of the later rounds, dude, maybe he can pull it off. But I just feel like Dricus Du Plessis, he's gonna do what he needs to do to win. And then that Chimaev fight, bro, that one's the one, man. But after he gets through, Dricus Du Plessis, man, his run starts now. Let's see what he could do in middleweight, man. His run doesn't start now, but you guys don't know what I mean. Like, after Sean Strickland, you got Chimaev, pretty sure Nimavov, pretty sure Brahalio, dude. The new middleweight guys are on the rise and they're hungry, and it's gonna be crazy out here. But yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time. This video is gonna reach 20 minutes and nobody's gonna watch it. But if you reached to the end of this video, thank you so much. Like and subscribe. Go watch my other videos, like the battle of the baddies, baby. Come on, that one, funny little video I made. Yeah, I'm J-Dubs MMA, and I'm out.